week, and this is the end of the activities for the week. It's a closing gong ceremony, and we're glad to have Mrs. Toyin Sonny, who is privileged to be closing the market, to be joining us to close the market today. We also have members from the Securities and Exchange Commission joining us today. So I would like to quickly invite Mrs. Sonny to please make a few remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon. And I want to start by acknowledging the presence of the board members of the NSE and the CEO, ably represented by Mr. Bola Deko. I thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me. I also recognize the presence of Mr. Edward Okolo, who is representing the SEC and who is also a member of the Technical Committee on Financial Literacy for the Capital Markets, which I chair. It is an honor and a privilege to join the Nigerian Stock Exchange to celebrate the World Investor Week, a very important program, a very important week, a very important initiative of the International Organization of Securities Commissions, the IOSCO. Now, this week is celebrated to mark the importance of investor protection and to mark the importance of investor education and to enlighten the investing public as to what regulators and operators alike are putting in place to protect investors. I would like to say also that investors are very important. Why are investors so important? The funds and the assets that they bring to the market is the very lifeblood that keeps the market alive and keeps the market running. You may have observed that in the last 2 years now, global flows of foreign direct investments have dwindled, especially flows into Africa by as much as 40%. The outlook for 2020 is no better. So if ever there was a time to encourage and protect domestic investors, it is such a time as this. That's why I am so happy to be part of the great work that is being done across the market in Nigeria by the Technical Committee on Financial Literacy, driven by the SEC, to inform, educate, advise, and protect investors. On behalf of the Emerging Africa Capital Group, so I wear a second hat, where I am Group Chief Executive Officer, where we are also actively developing African markets, providing funding for issuers, and providing investment access for investors. I am doubly delighted to be here as the host, as the guest of the NSE to close ring the bell to close the market today. So why is it important to do all these things? Investors must be properly informed, and that's why the FLTC, or the TCFL, that's the Technical Committee on Financial Literacy, is involved in programs across communities, across schools, across all types of institutions and the public, and right now is developing a capital market study curriculum for schools across Nigeria to inculcate capital market studies into all levels of our academia. So that is, investors must be informed, investors must be educated. Of course, that is the work of the committee. Investors must be properly advised, and that is the work for all capital market operators, especially buy-side operators. And that is why within Emerging Africa, we are encouraging, we don't unleash salespeople at investors. We send out personal financial planners who have been properly trained. And if ever there was a time people needed trained advisors, it is now. And finally, investor protection is critical. And that is a responsibility of all of us seated at this table. On that note, I congratulate the NSC. I thank you all for having me here. And I am very pleased to play this role. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Sonny. May I now invite you to please close the market? Thank you very much, Mrs. Sonny. Apologies for those that have dialed in for this call that we weren't able to have the CEO host this event, as well as getting the word from the doing of the market. But I hope nonetheless the wonderful remarks provided by Mrs. Sonny is well received. Thank you very much. And this would signify the end of the market today. Thank you all.